Everyone says the economy is doing great. But what if I told you we might already be in a recession? And the craziest part, most people don't even realize it. Everywhere you look, the headlines sound positive. The economy is growing. Jobs are up. Everything is under control. The charts look strong. The numbers seem solid. But let me ask you something. If everything is really going so well, why does it feel like people are struggling more than ever? Why are bills getting harder to pay? Why does money feel tighter every single month? Because the reality is very different from what you're being told. Let's start with unemployment. The official numbers say unemployment is low, but that doesn't tell the full story. Millions of people have stopped looking for work altogether. And once you stop looking, you're no longer counted as unemployed. So the numbers look better, but real life doesn't change. Now let's talk about jobs. Even when people are getting hired, those jobs aren't what they used to be. Stable, full-time positions are slowly disappearing, and they're being replaced with part-time work, temporary contracts, and gig jobs, which means less stability, fewer benefits, no real long-term security. People are working more, but somehow earning less. Now combine that with rising costs. Food is more expensive. Rent keeps going up. Everyday expenses are getting higher. But income, it's not keeping up. So how are people managing? They're relying on credit cards. They're taking on loans. They're borrowing money just to get by. And slowly, that debt starts to build. At first, it feels manageable. But over time, it turns into pressure. A weight that keeps getting heavier. And here's the biggest warning sign of all. Savings. People aren't saving like they used to. In fact, many are dipping into their savings just to get through the month. And once those savings run out, that's when real trouble begins. Because without savings, even a small setback can turn into a serious financial crisis. Now here's something most people don't understand. This situation follows a principle called Goodhart's Law, which basically means when a measure becomes a target, it stops reflecting reality. In simple terms, when governments focus too much on improving the numbers, they can lose touch with what people are actually experiencing. So the data looks good, but people don't feel good. And that's exactly what seems to be happening right now. Recessions aren't announced immediately. They're usually declared months, sometimes even years later. But by the time it becomes official, people have already been living through it, struggling through it, feeling the pressure every single day. So maybe the recession isn't coming.